Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the subscriber contracts. And today's contract, Past Deleted Remix, set in Miami, and the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us today, courtesy of Paul Anderson, 37. So on to our briefing, right from the start and off the bat. This contract was inspired by Agent Anubis' contract, Past Deleted. I'm sure the YouTube community will want more of his contracts. Let's keep Diana and the agency busy. So, speaking of targets, which we wasn't, we have 5 of them today. 3 must be eliminated as the medic, 1 via injected poison, 1 via electrocution, and 1 via a screwdriver, and our final 2 as the event security, 1 in a fall accident and 1 in a drowning accident. We also have only 1 exit available, we cannot be spotted, and no recordings as our objectives. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting in the medical area as the medic, and we'll be bringing with us our ever trusty lockpick and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to make our way into the spare room here, and we're just going to lockpick the cabinet on the wall and retrieve the lethal syringe within. As before, this is a remix of the contract that we witnessed just a little while ago, the one that I created, so I believe many of the targets will be kind of in the same areas. So we're just going to turn off the generator there. That will get our first target to come this way, and this time round it is the doctor rather than the patient. This is for failing to save 2 lives in the last video. So down goes target number 1. We're going to pass back through the medical center and out into the paddock area. So we're just going to scoot round. We'll cut through this way and through the second smaller medical center, and we're going to head down into the car park now. And down here we will encounter 2 more targets. We're just going to run all of the way here. On our way to our target, we're going to stop at this red van and we will retrieve our Seeker 1. We don't need it just yet, but we'll grab it now, saves coming back for it later. So we're going to head into the stairwell or the lift area, and we're going to quickly pull out our silenced pistol and shoot the water jug just by our target there. And if you haven't guessed, this is the electrocution target. So we're just going to walk around the building and turn on the electricity when our target arrives in the puddle, and that's 2 down with 3 to go. We're going to grab this screwdriver here for our next target and make our way over to the security office, and our next target is within. So we're just going to head around to the left hand side here. We're going to turn off the fuse box on the wall. That will attract the attention of the guard inside, and when he comes out to investigate, we can either render him unconscious and take his key card, which is what we're going to do, or you can just head straight in when he comes out, as long as he doesn't see you go through the door. This is the safer method. So once we render him unconscious, we can take his key card and let ourselves in. I recommend grabbing the crowbar just to our right as we enter. I forget to do this and do have to come back for it. So in the chair in the next room we find our target, so we'll just launch our screwdriver at his head. We'll take out the surveillance system while we're here. We're going to take the guard's outfit, as we now need to be a guard for the rest of the kills. And we're going to retrieve the screwdriver, as we want 2 throwable items. One that we hope to only need and 1 spare. So I've forgotten where the crowbar is. It's around here somewhere. There it is. So once we have the crowbar, we can now head upstairs. Just give the guards outside a wide berth, as one of them is an enforcer. Usually we'd go out the other door where our target was, but because I had to go back for the crowbar, that door was nearer. So we're now going to make our way up into the Kronstadt Centre and up to our final 2 targets, one of which is ridiculously easy as we've already done it, and the other, the young lady directly ahead of us now, will be a little bit more problematic. So just like we did in the other video, we're going to head and take out the receptionist. We're just going to stand here and trigger that conversation while we pull out our Seeker 1, just so that those 2 reporters aren't there when we come past later. It won't really matter too much, we will get to that in a few moments. So we're just going to use our Seeker 1 to shoot the receptionist, just like we did in the last video. And again, we're going to wait for her to come to the toilets. While we're waiting, we're just going to unlock this door with our key card. The young lady has turned up somewhat quicker this time, so we won't be waiting quite as long, although the kill method will take a little bit longer than a bullet to the head. So once the young lady gets into position, we can then reintroduce her to her breakfast / lunch / brunch, or whatever it is these types have for sustenance. So that is our 4th target now dealt with, and as I said, that's the easier one. Now our next target doesn't always behave quite so well, not in the way that they break their routine very much. Their routine is very short, but this lady has managed to cost me my silent assassin rating on multiple occasions. So what we're going to do is, when she comes into the Kronstadt building, and she will not be there long, she comes in, stands, turns around and leaves. We're going to throw our crowbar right over in the corner there by the bins and the magazine stand. And when she comes over to investigate, we can either jump up and render her unconscious, or in this case, as I still have 1 dart for my Seeker, I'm going to make her sick. If we render her unconscious, we have to drag her past the aquarium area, and that is usually where someone would end up spotting me or seeing me render her unconscious, so this is the safer method. So once she gets to the toilet, we can then render her unconscious, as she's made her way here of her own accord. Nothing suspicious there. Man dragging a unconscious body around does draw some attention, and on figuring this part out, I was dragging this body around for a good 8 minutes. So it turns out the only place I can find in the vicinity to remove our target in the desired manner is dropping her into the aquarium. Yes, doesn't make very much sense, as it should count as a drowning kill, but for some reason it doesn't. This will count as an accident fall, and to the best of my knowledge, after dragging her around for 8 minutes or more, this is probably the only place you will get the objective of the fall kill. So that will count as a fall, even though she clearly landed in water and will drown. But either way, the desired effect has been finally achieved, and all we have to do now is to make good our escape, and the nearest safe exit, in fact the only safe exit at all, is the main entrance. So there we go, 1 more subscriber contract taken care of, and we get confirmation all of our targets were eliminated according to plan, surprisingly enough, as one of them really should have counted as a drowning, but needs must, and it worked in the end. So we get all of our objectives and our silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.